And here we are. It's I'm Not Trying to Kill You, and we're playing the Splintering Wheel. Hello, I'm Ash. I'm your GM and your host. I'm the one that's not trying to kill people. Yeah. I use she/her pronouns. With me today, I have four amazing adventurers who I've just realized are out of order in my thing. So I'm going to rearrange them. We're going to rearrange first. We're going to put Emily into the first window. Emily, hi.
Hi, I'm Emily. I am a filmmaker and an artist. I use she/her pronouns. In this game, I am going to be playing Bao. Bao also uses she/her pronouns. Bao. What can I tell you about Bao? Bao remembers having been alive for a few years only. Bao is curious about most things, and Bao loves what horror has done with the place.
That's such a great. Oh, I love you. Yeah, that's so good. Bao also occasionally puts things in their mouth, and yeah,
Bao is a little bit creepy, a little bit gross sometimes.
Yeah,
it goes with being very curious about things.
Yeah,
she also works a lot with spirits.
It's that 3-year-old thing of what is this?
Yeah, what is this? Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Yeah, awesome. Next in my list we have Sarah. Sarah, hi.
Hello, I'm Sarah. I'm a kind of generalist creative with a focus on writing and illustrating. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm going to be playing Sketch, who is a spy kind of person who is really hard to recognize. Sketch's pronouns are they, them, and they have creepy, sort of bright white hair that you can only see the color of in the sunshine, and we don't know much about them yet.
That's cool. I like them already. I'm just really excited to finally have you on the show. We're gonna get Sarah on, so I'm excited that we got you on.
Sarah's part of the old guard.
Yeah, exactly. Sarah knows what's going on. Cammy, hi.
I thought I was going to be last.
I know, but that's because I had the pictures out of order. I was very confused.
Okay. Yeah, I'm Cammy. I use she, her pronouns. I do things sometimes. I usually announce those things on Twitter. Yeah, I'm playing Turi. You don't have to roll the R, but I like to roll my R's. She is a dark elf in the Elder Scrolls sense, not in the Eberron sense. She has a large brass plate where her eyes should be, and it's fused into her skull, and there's ash around the edges. I think she has is it called a tonfa, where it's kind of bald around there and then a ponytail?
Yep,
because
that's a tonfa.
Part of her hair is dead. And she has loose robes and
tonsure?
Tonsure? I don't know. I've only ever read it in Elder Scrolls games. There's a description of hair. And when she turns her head, it sounds like meditation balls because she's got a magic rock in her head.
Yeah, that's...
I love that.
And finally, Viv. Viv, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Hi, everybody. I am Viv. I am a streamer, a dreamer, and a sushi eater. My pronouns are she.
Oh, you've gone muted. Why'd you go?
Silence.
Why'd you go away? No sound.
No, come back.
What's happening?
Your pronouns are she, silence.
Yep.
Has it auto-adjusted into oblivion?
No, we checked the auto-adjust.
I like this. Wait gesture. Wait.
I just like a streamer, a dreamer, a sushi eater, a rebel. What's it?
Tagline.
Still cannot. We want to know all about you. Tell us the things.
It was loud, and then it started being.
Yeah, it was really loud for a bit, and then it dropped down to silent. If you want, we can you can drop out and join back in. And I can rearrange the things. Do-do-do-do.
Try that. Look at all these lovely people in chat.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see.
I'll hang on. I'll give you a handy link. Hang on.
Thank you.
Hang on.
Not that I have room for another window on my screen, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah. I just have to tab between them. There you go. That'll just give you the chat without everything else. So that's just the chat bit. You don't have to have the stream open. So that'll chew up your internet otherwise.
Thank you. Ah.
How about now? No,
sound.
you are still silent. Oh no.
12 months.
Yeah.
Gosh.
What?
I'm really surprised. I
That's-
didn't even sort of realize that.
Oh my
there had been 12
goodness.
months.
Wow.
I
Oh
think
wow.
you're like. I think that makes you the first 12-monther. I'm not sure.
Probably
I might be wrong.
does, because I think I was actually.
Oh, the plot thickens.
Oh.
Additional vivs.
Double
Addition.
Vivs.
Oh, yeah.
We've got a frozen Viv and a
blank
blank
Viv.
screen Viv.
Oh. Computers.
Sometimes
We'll get there.
this
We'll get
shit happens, and that's okay.
Yep. It's true.
And that is all right. In the worst case scenario, we can switch to using a different system for video. Yeah, the width of the audio just cut out halfway through.
Yeah. That was weird.
Is she on Wi-Fi?
I don't think it was that because we were still seeing her face. And
Yeah,
the video,
exactly. It was
video
just the...
wouldn't have been that clear if the Wi-Fi were the thing that were dying.
Was
like-
the warehouse that had access in it a progress away from the bone zone?
Yes, it was.
So silly. So silly.
Good.
It has like an official name. Like it's called the River Battleground, but like
No, not anymore.
Apparently not anymore.
no, exactly.
Yeah, I haven't been keeping up very well, so I don't actually know. I don't know what stuff is. I'm gonna have to learn fast.
Yeah, I mean that's all right. It's not. It's not like there is still a fairly minimal amount of stuff in the world at this
Yeah.
stage.
I
Can't
am
have gone that far yet.
I am arbitrarily deciding that the ravine, bone zone, and warehouse are north of Beta.
Yeah, because I won't tell. I have like a map and everything that I will not share.
You always do this.
Well, because it's
I think
intentional.
you just like having a secret map that no one else has.
No, if there's a map, the reason that I don't do it, like if we're going to talk about like GMing principles and things like that I have for this game, I specifically don't want to end up in this situation as a GM. We can see Viv.
No.
Still aren't here just yet.
Oh.
I don't want to end up in a situation where we've drawn a map and there doesn't feel like there's space to add more things between things.
Yeah.
So it's that thing of like, yeah. Oh, that was sound.
Hello?
Yes, that we can hear you.
Excellent.
Okay, cool. Yeah,
I'm not going to touch a thing.
yeah, there's a bit of background sound, so like remember to mute when you're not talking.
It's very gainy.
Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Do you want to tell us about your pronouns? No, you muted.
Oh no!
Hey!
No, that was because I
know.
muted myself and then was...
It was on purpose. It was on purpose.
I know, it was good.
Yep. So my pronouns are she, her. And tonight I'm going to be playing Niabi.
Cool.
She is she's got this great big mass of dark curly hair, dark skin, very dark brown eyes. She's short, stocky, a little bit soft, and she never looks happy.
Oh, buddy. All right. Cool. Awesome. Well, now that we've got that all sorted, we can jump into beta and see what's going on in our spooky forest town. Yeah, it's I think the Viv, can you just remember to mute when you're not, because you pick up lots of background noise with the thank you. The weather today has decided that it is winter. I think there is like a heavy like a big fat raindrop rain coming down across the town. I think most people are like curled up inside their dripping houses in what were like in the ruins of the town that once was like was once much more thriving and is now just whatever's left. I think there are children out playing in the rain, and turning slowly blue. You know, that thing of like, it hasn't occurred to them that they will get sick if they get cold and wet, but they're too enamored with like the heaviness and like setting up little like, you know, trays and things so that like the water runs down this and collects in that, and then they float stuff in it and all these sorts of things. I think just because like I've got Sarah in like on the screen, I've got the image of like paper boats being floated down down like paper boats being floated down a street, right? Because the street is so flooded. Yeah, and I think some strange creature like a lynx or something leers in the bushes and then like snatches one of the paper boats out of the road and then like runs off with it, thinking it's something that it can eat and that is tasty. And then I think we zoom in and we see who do we see first? It's the start of the session. So if anyone wants to do looking for rumors or helping out around town on projects, I think Bao and Turi can do the lending a hand move if they want to.
I have an idea of a thing I would like to do.
Yeah.
I would like, even though it seems to go badly, I would like to try and do some work on the apothecary.
Yeah, cool. What are you doing on it? What kind of work does Bao want to be doing today?
Kind of work. I mean, usually I do like sorting things and identifying things. So I think there's probably always like scope for that. So I think that's more of what I'm doing. I think today I am identifying and sorting feathers. Are you putting the ones that like don't belong here just into the little stream running past the apothecary and watching them disappear? Yeah, absolutely. If I find ones that are just like don't have a useful like alchemical purpose or whatever, then I just float them on the little stream that the kids are making, and watch them go past.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So there's been a minor update to the lending a hand move in that it specifically now calls out, if you consume a resource that would help this project, take +1. So this is a thing where you can find things while you're adventuring that where I'll say that would be helpful if you're trying to make a such and such.
I like that. That's cool. That's cool.
So like you can't just pull adventuring gear for that, but if you have stuff that like if during an adventure you had found like a bunch of like weird wood, that would help for a carpenter or an apothecary or something like.
Yeah, sure.
Things like that.
Sure.
But otherwise, you do have +1 for fortunes today. And other people can help you.
I mean, I do have a Komodo dial skull.
Ooh, right.
Is that a thing that would be useful for an apothecary?
If you want to make it a part of the apothecary, it will give you +1.
I would be very happy to donate it to the apothecary.
Okay, so can I get you to, when you make this roll, GM notes is only visible to GMs. Dang.
I can put this in the journal and things like in
yeah, like under the descriptions for
wiki
the
kinda
apothecary.
section.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yep.
Yep.
I'll make mention of
Yep.
the
So you get
commercial.
so you're rolling +2 on your,
Okay.
and if anyone is helping you out, then you would roll an extra one, but it depends.
Right. And I'm just rolling straight 2d6.
Yep. 2d6 +2.
Yep. Cool. 2d6 plus 2.
Very nice. Awesome. Cool.
Excellent.
Yeah. So on a 10+, your help is invaluable, and you keep the project moving. Mark 1, progress towards the improvement. So if you right click on that, you can choose side, and you can move it a forward one.
Oh, cool. That's very nice.
Turi, were you in the last adventure?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so you can't do the lending a hand move. You've been too busy doing adventures. But if anyone wants to do rumor mongering, that's totally a thing. Or if you want to, yeah,
wasn't it?
Also, question: do we want to do at what point should we do like physical descriptions of characters and things? Because often we forget that. And it's something I really like to know about.
We usually do it either during this bit when it's like. So yeah, Emily, what does Bao look like at the apothecary?
Yeah, because I don't think I did do any
it's
of that.
when someone first appears on screen, which is either during this section or when we set out.
Sure. Yeah. So to give you a bit of a visual, Bao has dark skin, dark hair. Her hair is like braided into kind of many different sized braids and bits and pieces, and she's got kind of like lots of things braided into it. So it's kind of like this big mass. She has very intense eyes, like dark eyes, that she sort of like stares at everything curiously with. She has a lot of tattoos all over her body, most of which are just sort of like strange kind of symbols and markings and bits of drawing. The most obvious ones are that her fingers are tattooed so that they are like black most of the way down each finger. And she has a mask that she's often wearing. I think she's got it off at the moment, but it's probably like up, like sitting up on the top of her head, that's carved out of wood in the shape of like a kind of a beetle face with like toothy mandibles.
Cool. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. So with the searching of rumors. We can go looking for like new rumors. People can be like, I want to search for rumors and focus on like getting more details about such and such. Or we can just set out if we have a rumor that we already know that we want to like go on. Everyone has access to the journal, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. If you don't have access to if at any time you lose the rules or the journal, there's a thing called rules and journals in the sheets tab,
right?
Which has a link to both.
Okay.
I would like to go looking for Emperor Atsis again. But he moved on from the warehouse, didn't he?
He wasn't there. Like, yeah, he when it was set on fire, he moved on. So like. Maybe you could go looking for him to see if you can like find him again. Maybe you could just head to the warehouse and search for clues there. Yeah.
I think I'll search for rumors for that.
Sure. Do you want to spend coin on it?
I don't think I have coin.
Okay. All right. So yeah, rolling plus charisma. Nice, awesome. So yeah, a solid rumor about Atsis. Let me have a look at my document and see what I can tell you.
Sounds very interesting.
I think
it had +1 forward on it by accident, but it doesn't matter.
That's still an 11. That's fine. I think that. Oh, I know what this is. Yeah. I think someone met a traveler on the road near let me see. I think near to the pool of eels. They met a traveler on the road, and the traveler offered them like, oh, you can join my camp for the night. And they camped in the shade of this of like this overhang. It's almost a cave. And when they awoke, this person had set fire to the traveler. This person, the traveler that they had met, the person who offered them safe camp, had set fire to the cloak of the person who's telling you the story. And so they got had thrown it into the campfire. And so they scuffled. And when the person during the scuffle, they tumbled out of the cave and into like a patch of sunlight, where the person turned to cinders and fell apart.
And this was past the eels.
Yeah, it was in that vague area. They and like they will tell you about the like because I think it's a like a cave or an overhang that was I think people refer to it as like, what's the word I want? It's like a wave with teeth. That it's a rock formation, like a wave with teeth. Like
an outcrop.
Yeah, exactly. But everyone refers to it as like the hungry wave, I think. As like, because it's a known to be good camp spot, right? Like it's always, because it's even when the weather is as it is today, it's still dry in the like tonsils of the mouth of the wave, right? Like, and so it's a yeah. If you can find it, then it's a good camp spot.
There's also rumored to be the turtleman near the eels, so maybe the pool. So maybe we should go that way and encounter the turtleman, and then maybe the emperor. I don't know.
Yeah, if that sounds like what people like, I think that people are all
Turtleman?
Turtleman.
Where is that? Is that in rumors?
Yeah.
Do you want to read the rumor, Cammy?
Oh yeah, there's by the Well of Eels there is a man who wears a shell like a tortoise and offers the true wisdom you need in return for food.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that sounds interesting. Yeah, and trying to find this hungry wave place.
Mm-hmm.
Those both seem interesting to me. How do other people feel?
Yeah, I'm interested in this Atsis
Mm.
character.
Cool.
I think I'd potentially just be like lurking. If I can hear like other people discussing such a rumor.
Yeah, I mean, like as you're like kind of gathering as adventurers do naturally in town and talk about the things that are outside, because like as adventurers, you are part of the town's group of like young, healthy people who can leave the town and get things and do things, right? The elderly and children and the elderly don't tend to leave the town because it's dangerous. But there are some people who are just like young and strong and simple, and they go out to the places that they know how to get to, and they always go and get such and such, right? Like, we heard about there's one guy who always goes and gets the wood needed to like prop up falling down buildings, right? And then someone else knows where there's a particularly good like blackberry like run. So, and they're quite nimble, so they know how to go get there and collect blackberries and bring them back. And so as adventurers, you're part of that group, and you'll go out and collect in town, and you talk about these things, so that if anyone goes, well, I was going to go and do such and such, but I don't know where there's a thing, this thing, then someone else will be like, I know. You have like a regular I don't know if this is a thing for like other than people other than like office workers do, but there's a thing called like a stand-up meeting where you have like 10 minutes to talk about like, this is what I'm going to do. Can anyone help me? Any advice? Nope. Okay, let's move on. Right? Like, yeah, a debriefing sort of thing. And I think that happens in town a lot. And like the old people will like collect around while these things are happening and like be like, yes, I remember when that when such and such, or that sounds scary and dangerous, you mustn't do that, or those sorts of things. Or, oh, how handsome and brave you are. Those sorts of yeah. So I think that's definitely a thing that happens around town. So yeah, you can 100% like hear the rumor as it's going. Yeah.
Yeah, just gonna hang out up the back and like lean on the wall with my hood up, because that's what I do.
Being cool, being aloof. I love
listening.
it. Yep. Rad.
The other solid thing we could go on is going back to the town with the city with the spires, because we've got a map, so we can roll with intelligence, etc.
Oh yeah, that was an elven. Isn't that an elven?
A dark elf town, I think.
It's definitely some kind of like. It's definitely elven of some kind. We're not quite sure what.
Tel Abrak.
Tel Abrak. Yeah.
Tel Abrak.
So do we want giant shiny town or mystery man?
Giant shiny town is further away, but you do have a map to it. So.
Oh, I can't decide. I don't know.
I
Good.
think I'm for mystery man.
Yeah, you're pro mystery man.
Mm-hmm.
Mystery man.
Cool. Viv, what do you reckon?
I think Mystery Man sounds like my kind of jam.
Sweet.
Oh, awesome. Well then, sounds like someone. So yeah, what do you do?
Yeah, who's leading the way? I guess. If we're going to near the Well of Eels, I have actually been there before. If that's helpful.
That is helpful. That gets you a +1 on your thing. So,
okay. Well, I'm happy to lead us. If
I would like to call across space. I'd like to quantum tunnel to find out the truest route to the eel place.
Yeah. Okay. What does this ritual look like today?
I think Bao would have to explain how far she thinks it is and what it looks like. And then I have to try, and then Turi has to try and find that in the frequencies of the world, and she kind of holds her amulet, which is the Da Vinci drawing of the man with the extra arm? Yeah, it's that, and it's black. And she kind of rolls her head around, and it makes the noise of meditation balls, and in the air you can see like fuzzy vertical waves, as if the world's about to tear open, but it doesn't just yet. And there's like background noise that you can't quite discern, that's in harmony with the meditation balls. And she looks forward to somewhere else.
Awesome.
And it's fascinating. Val, it is like completely entranced by this whole ritual.
Choose two,
Very
Cammy.
interesting.
I think because she hasn't been there, or maybe Bao gives bad directions, I'm going to take plus.
I probably do.
-1 to intelligence. And I'm going to say it has unforeseen side effects.
Oh, I know what this is. Yes, excellent, cool. Yeah. While you're doing this, you find yourself suddenly standing at the Well of Eels, and you look about and try and feel how you got here. And as you do so, one of the eels leaps out of the well, just like bodily, and like grabs a hold of you on the neck and draws on your lifeblood, and like as you're doing so, like this is how you like take that intelligence penalty, right? Like you're shocked back out of this vision, and yet you know, in the way that you do that like the eels have a taste for Turi's blood.
Dang.
Oops.
Okay. Okay. I wish it also, and Ash, you may not remember this either. I do have this written down, but my notes are not with me. When I went to the Well of Eels last time, ages ago, I was meditating on like the well itself, and I have this vague memory of there being like that it went very, very deep.
Yep.
That there was a large something that had been in there at some point. Am I remembering that correctly?
It was so someone had the past seer heritage. And they saw that there used to be some sort of demigod in there, and then someone cut out their eyes, and their blood filled the well.
That's right. Cool.
Yeah, there was a it was kind of like a guardian of the well. And someone was like, those eyes look valuable, I'll take them.
That's right.
And so the blood that ran from the eye sockets became the eels in the well. And it is very, very deep. And I think the thing that you're remembering, Emily, is that the eels that are at the top are the ones that are like... The ones below are struggling to get away from the thick, pressing mass of more eels. They're trying to get upwards towards like... and this is the reason that they jump, right? Is they're trying to like get away from the press of ever more eels.
There are many eels very far down.
Yeah.
It's eels all the way down.
Yeah, they get more dense the further down you go. And they don't like it.
I forgot that my spells have to be horrifying. And I think once Turi finds the frequency, the front of her face like stretches out to a like linearity pinpoint, and that's how she gets there. Like, so
excellent. That's so horrible. I love it. Great.
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. So that gives you +1 on your navigating the the weird wilderness.
Cool. So I have +2.
You have +3.
+3.
Because
Sweet.
you also have vagaries and rumors. Oh wait, no.
Yeah.
Do you get vagaries and rumors and having been there? I think. Let me check.
One or the other.
I'm
happy to just have +2.
No, you have +3 because it's you can't have it's map versus vagaries and rumors.
Right. And is it a wisdom?
It's not anything. It's not anything.
Oh,
it's just
that's
+2.
right,
If you had a map, it would be intelligence.
Cool. Okay, so it's just roll 2d6 +3. Sweet. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we got this.
When
I remember exactly how to get there.
Yeah. On a 12+, you make 2 progress. So I've added that so that like if you got things down, then yeah, you can make good time. But like you don't even need that, right? You make it there like before the noonday sun sets in, right? You find the fastest possible way to get there. And so yeah, as you pass a bunch of like old desiccated there's a bunch of I think Bao would recognize they're withered, desiccated chitin corpses, but they all seem to be like half trapped, as if like trying to crawl out of or grabbed by these cracks in like bits of dry earth that are now like that as you're moving along, I think it's like cracks in stone even underfoot because it's like raining, and but yeah, there's cracks in the granite underfoot, for some
And
of
they
this.
seem to have been doing what?
It seems like they got either they were trying to get out of them or they were like grabbed by these cracks
Ooh.
somehow, right? And then couldn't escape and withered up.
Oh, all right. We better be careful then, I guess. I think if I spot it, I point it out to the others and say, the spider people seem to be caught by the ground here. We should make sure we don't get caught by the ground. Maybe they're trying to get out of the ground. They do like to live down there. Anyway, we should be careful.
But yeah, the noonday sun rises and casts strange drop shadows through the leaves as you reach the pool of eels. The pool of eels is itself like shaded by a great old like knotted and riddled pine, a huge radiata pine, that in this the smell of the the rain evaporating up off the pine tree, having as the like wet weather has passed, like you can like wafts from like beyond like visual range, and you can smell it long before you get there. And it's like the mix of like the pine smell and the like eel mucus drying in the like spots around it. But yeah, when you get there, you hear the like the slopping of the eels occasionally jumping up and trying to like get air from the well, occasionally landing back in the well and occasionally not. The ones that don't, as they die, turn into this clear mucus and slowly deform from their eel-like shape.
I think I say like to the others. I think I tell the others like the things I know about the well, because at least on screen I don't think any of the others have been here. So I think I say there used to be a big someone living in this well, powerful kind of creature, but it had gems for eyes, and people seem to like gems a lot, so someone stole them, and it bled very much into the well. And I don't know if that's why there are eels now, but the eels, they don't like it in there. Don't fall in. The well goes very deep, and it's just eels. Right down to the middle of the earth.
Yes, that doesn't sound nice.
Right down to the middle of the earth.
I mean, that's what I say anyway.
Is there a tortoise man nearby? I say, the blind character.
I look around. Is there a tortoise man nearby?
This is gonna sound like it sounds like Turi is rolling discern realities with Bao's help.
I can just sense magic things. So if the tortoise is magic, then I just know where he is.
Sure.
Nearby.
Yeah. I mean, the question is, Cammy, do you want to invoke your disability for XP?
Yes.
So your disability will drop you down one result level automatically, but also if you're getting Bao's help, then you're more likely to be a 10 plus anyway.
I can do that.
Discern realities with Bao's help.
Remind me how the help works now.
Help means you say how you help, and then the other person gets to can, if they want to, reroll one of their dice after they're done.
That's right. Cool. Yeah, I help by looking around.
I think
with my eyes,
like tilting her head back and forth, listening, looking for magic things, etc. Just discerning some realities, really.
Niabi's also going to have a look around because that seems like the sensible thing to do since they're looking for something.
Yep, sounds good. Cammy, you've got 2 rerolls available to you, but I'm assuming you don't want to use them because Niabi and Bao are both helping.
No, I don't.
You want to hold on to that?
That goes down to a 7 to 9.
Yes, it does.
So I'm just going to ask what should I be on the lookout for? Because I'm. Oh, is that the right question?
Which question you ask will change my answer, obviously. Because I know that you're looking for a tortoise man, right? But I will change the information that you get based on the question you ask. Right, and different answers might be more or less useful.
Who's really in control here?
Interesting. I think you pick up for a moment the taste of a herbal tea with soil in it. I think you pick up for a moment the smell of a sappy elm tree, I think it is. And the feel under your feet and under your bottom of like sitting down on wooden boards, roughly hewn, and them creaking beneath you. I think you hear the sound of a nest of like baby starlings in like nearby, quite nearby. And I think the wind brushes your face with curiosity, and so you decide to retreat from it for the moment.
What do the other two just straight up see?
Yeah, I think that I think well, like, let's play this out, right? Like, what do you do when you have that, and then they can react, and I can tell them what they see if they're like looking based on what they're looking for or where they're looking. The other three, right? Like all three, I assume, are involved.
You said the wind blows and you withdraw from it. Is that physically Turi, or the kind of empathic sense that she's getting?
The empathic sense. The person is like, oh, that's a bit chilly. You know, pulls up a metaphorical scarf.
An empathically linked scarf.
Yeah.
I think Turi will explain that, like, again with the head tilting, and it always makes this dong dong dong, that there's someone nearby, maybe in a shack, and they're drinking tea, and there's an elm tree. And we're in a pine forest, aren't we?
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things we should be looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sheltering from the cold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What do people do with that?
I guess you should go look for an elm tree. That'll be easiest.
I mean, there are a lot of trees, right?
There are a
It
lot of
might
trees.
take a little while.
It's a forest.
With that sense, can I cast my findy spell again and try and just pinpoint them?
So the question I want to know is, like, who's the person who actually like casts around for an elm tree? Because if you actually go looking for it, I think whoever goes looking for it will spot a great elm tree that has like a lighter green amongst the like darker green of the pine needles. It's quite easy to spot, and I think it's uphill from here.
I think it should be Sketch or Nya, because I haven't seen a lot of them on screen.
Because Bao is eating eels.
Probably.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Since I'm already looking around, I'm happy to start moving forward and seeing if I can find what looks more like an elm tree than a pine tree.
Yeah. Do you know much about trees, or do you just go, that one's a different color? Like,
I'm probably going to be going, that one looks like it's a different color.
yeah, cool. And I think the thing is that like, given that like you helped out on such a an awesome role, I think that you spot not only like a thing that is like a different color, but you spot some like not natural shapes in amongst its branches. Right? You spot a hard corner, right? Like a 90-degree wooden corner somewhere in amongst the leafery. But like it is it is a steep climb up, like quite a the like hill that leads up to it, because all of the dirt is held together by the roots of the trees. There's plenty of like trees to brace against, but it is like a very steep climb up to it.
Okay. Can I see anything that looks like it might be an easier to traverse pathway? Or something that looks like it's been frequently used to get up that way?
That sounds like you're discerning realities. So, as you like cast around, you're gonna roll wisdom for us to get a feel for like what's around. So on your sheet, you should be able to click the whiz, the letters WIS, and it should roll wisdom for you. Awesome. Is anyone helping with this? What does it look like as you do it? Is there a reason that someone would be helping you? Are you saying like, oh, I've seen a thing, but I can't find a way up, or are you just going it alone? Oh, you're muted again. You're muted. We can't hear you.
Oh, there I am.
Yeah.
I clicked out of the window.
Yeah, it's okay.
I'm going to be squinting at it going, does that look like something... Should we take a closer look at that?
Mm-hmm. So if anyone else is like helping out, they can, but remember that if you help out with something and it's still a bad thing, then the bad thing happens to both of you.
Okay, what? That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about this potential house in a tree. But,
Awesome.
you know, Sketch being very excited is like a blank face with slightly greener than grey eyes.
I'm thrilled, can't you tell?
Yeah,
Yes.
awesome.
I'm very, very thrilled about this. I will try and look for a path up.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So if you're getting help, you can re-roll that. So you got a 1 and a 4, and then the +1. You can mouse over a roll to see what the actual dice results were. But yeah, you rolled a 1 and a 4. Do you want to re-roll one of those numbers?
I would love to try re-rolling the 1.
Sure, go for it. So just type /roll space 1d6 into chat and then hit enter.
Wait, was that /roll or roll/?
/roll space and then, yeah, 1d6, enter. Yep, awesome. That gets you up to it. That gets you up to a 7, which is like 7 to 9 is better than 6 minus, definitely. So yeah, you're gonna have a a thing happen, but I think you can spot where someone has like, it looks like someone has used a shovel or something to like dig it out so that the roots create like a stairway as you're like up through the things. So rather than like slipping on stuff, you would just, you know, it'd be tiring, but you'd make it. Especially if you're trying to go quickly.
Climbing a stairway to treehouse.
Oh my gosh. But I think that as you're doing that, I think you hear from the elm tree, the slamming of a door.
Like maybe someone has gone inside because it's too cold.
I don't know. That's all you noticed.
Someone has run away.
Mm.
Can I slowly walk up this dug path so as not to invoke a divine danger as a blind person with a cane?
Yes, you can. You can make it up there. Yeah, you get. I think you find at the top there is a great. There's a great big like flagstone at the top of the stairs. I think the like top 3 stairs have like stones, as if someone was like, "I'm gonna make this into a proper staircase." Got 3 steps down and went, "Fuck it," right? Like this is a lot of work. Yeah, but at the top, it's got this nice big like fancy flagstone. And I think are people following Turi up? So the people who can see that the elm tree stands proudly amongst the pines that almost bow to it, right? Like they're all like crippled and turned in that way that pine trees do when they're like when they get too heavy for themselves, and like just like full of pine cones. And yeah, that's that thing where there's almost more pine cones than pine needles here, and the floor is covered in the pine litter, and like the floor has no like old dead elm leaves or anything, and the space under the elm tree I think is freshly swept, and I think that there is like a ladder like cut into the trunk of the elm tree, just like if you've ever seen competitive wood cutting where they have to like get to the top of the log really quickly, and so they like cut a ladder into the trunk, and there's just this ladder going up, and I think you can see up above there's this like it's a tree house. It's made of like roughly hewn planks, but the door is made out of like fine like varnished wood with I think with like a stained glass image of like gladiolas, a stained glass image of like a gladiola like flowering in the like door, and like a really nice like brass door handle compared to like all of the rest of the planks making up the treehouse are just like someone went duck plank, right? And they're all set in with Cammy, you might know the word like tooth. They're not nailed or anything. They're using like
dovetail joint.
Dovetail joints is the word I was looking for. They're all dovetailed in instead of being formally affixed.
So I think I once I sort of get up there, I turn around to the others as a whole, and I say, and I'm like holding like this mostly like disintegrating like eel, I think, in like one hand, and I say to the others, is anybody good at talking to strangers? I've been told that and then I like switch into a totally different voice, which probably none of you recognize, but it's like clearly someone else's voice, a bit upsetting, and then like switch back into my regular voice, and I say, so maybe I won't talk, and then I just like take a bite out of this like gross like eel sludge, as you know, and look like a little confused, like I don't understand why anyone would find me a bit upsetting.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know this person, so I don't know what kind of person that they would find like friendly.
Be no one. Maybe they don't like anyone, and that's why they live in a tree.
That's true. Maybe they like trees. I can't be a tree.
I can't be a tree is a great line.
Sadly, I can't be a tree.
do anything for love, but I can't be a tree.
What about Niabi? I sort of like look to Niabi and I'm like, are you good at talking to people that you don't know?
Look, I can give it a go. What do we want to ask?
Are we looking... Do we bring any food? We were meant to bring food, weren't we?
I have dungeon rations and lodestones to trade.
Maybe we can ask what kind of food they like, and then we can get them the food. But I think we want to swap food for, like, thoughts. Smart thoughts.
Food for thought.
That sounds like a thing.
I will point out that dungeon rations are generally considered to be pretty, like, they're not
I don't
good
think anyone
food.
would want payment in dungeon rations.
Yep. Cool. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to knock on the door that I keep admiring because I have a bit of a thing for fine craftsmanship.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, you get up and you realize, and you're like, you recognize that it is, I think the door is mahogany, and like you're like, wow, this is amazing. Like this door is very, very fine, and then it's attached with like the shoddiest hinges, and you're like, oh, why did they do this to the door? Like because like to attach it to the shoddy hinges would have like damaged some of the wood on the hinge side. But yeah, you I think there's probably a bell pull, right? So you don't have to knock on the thing. You can like pull this bell, and this little like bell sound somewhere goes, ding, ding, ding. And yeah, someone, I think the door like opens with almost in a huff, and there's this puffy like old grey raven lady in there, and she's got like an apron on, and she's all like huffed up, and she's like, what do you want? And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought yes, hello. And I think we'll take a break there, and we'll be back in a minute. We'll be back shortly, chat.